Just about 15 years ago, a tousled-haired little boy eagerly ran about in a Bootham Park in a regular weekend kickabout with his dad. Suddenly, his dad stopped, turned around, and started waving to an old lady in a window of a nearby residential home. He turned to the little boy and said, "Come on, give this little old lady a wave. We may be the only people today who would say hello to her." And every week we went, and every week we waved, until one day she was gone. And then he said to me, "It's okay now, Mark. God's got her. She won't be needing us anymore." Fast forward a few years to a Good Friday in this church, and he stood me in front of the stadium on the cross and said with tears in his eyes, "Do you know, if he stopped thinking about you for just 1 second, you wouldn't be here." Two little simple stories about my dad, maybe, but they tell a powerful tale of the times that a goodly father took to imprint an indelible mark on my mind and my heart and what I would call my soul and spirit. And he planted a seed of compassion in my heart, which has never gone away. Now, Dad had a very simple take on faith. Indeed, he would raise his eyebrows quizzically and shake his head when Mum and I had our regular spirited discussions on religious and spiritual matters. He just believed it was simple, and that was it. How I wish I was like him. The loves of his life were undoubtedly my mum, his companion of over 60 years, me, undoubtedly, Everton Football Club, Surrey again father, music of all kinds. He was very eclectic in his tastes, and his Catholic faith, and family generally. He loved his family, and many of them are here today. And that's a wonderful thing that you survive really to see him go, because he absolutely adored you all. Any thoughts of my childhood instantly bring visions of my dad at the piano. He was a talented pianist, singing at the top of his lovely voice, and we will reflect that later in honour of him in the celebration of his life. He was such a funny man, seeing humour in almost any situation. And as I said in a little writing, that often got him into trouble. Any of you that knew him will have memories of his practical jokes, silly stories. As we say in Liverpool, he was a right laugher. He came from a unique and loving family, hewn out of the rigour of Liverpool life in the Second World War. An elder brother, John, was my wonderful godfather. What a wonderful man he is. And a wonderful brother to my father, actually. And 6 vivacious, loving sisters. And led by 2 incredible parents, John, who we just know as Candy, don't we? And Christina, who I didn't know well, although I was alive for a very short period when she died. And my mum describes her, quotes, as a living saint. How I wish I'd known her, and I will know, I'll come to know her. You have all been a magnificent example of intense loyalty and love to me and to my dad. And I just thank you so much for that. It means so much to them. Dad had his flaws, no doubt, but as a father, he was as near to perfect as it's possible to be. And any success I made had as a father are really down to his selfless example. Nothing was left unsaid between my dad and I. We loved each other and we spoke it often, usually as outs and lost. He was an uncomplicated, forgiving man Bless you, Dad.
It's part of our tradition now to say a formal prayer. Mark's asked me to do this today. God our Father has taken Job to himself. His earthly life is over. And now he begins an eternal life. Joe asks our prayers for his final journey back to God, who gave him to us in the first place. So let's stand and pray.